Okay, good morning. It's been about 2 weeks since we checked the ladies last time, the last video I posted. And today, yesterday actually, maybe it was because of the heat, or maybe it was because it's a full hive, but you'll notice that the bees have started bearding, what's called bearding on the outside of the hive. Now, some people say that that's to keep cool when it's extra hot outside. Others say it's because the hive is getting super full and they need the space to come outside and move around so that other workers can get at the comb. The other thing that we noticed is, actually Meg noticed it first, is if you can see some of the bees coming in with their pollen, it's very orange right now as opposed to the yellow it was last time we checked and earlier in the spring. I've got my smoker ready to go here. My objective today is to check the top brood box of the hive, see how it's filling out. If it is full, over there on the picnic table, I've got the super that I can put up to see if we can make some honey this year. So just let me strap this iPad in so it doesn't accidentally fall off. Get my other glove on, and we'll go to town. I also received the bee jacket that I ordered a couple weeks ago, and so you'll see me in a different suit. It's not camouflage like some of my friends had suggested I get, but it is a little big, and hopefully it'll do the job, but it's also breathable, so it's not going to be too hot. It's about 10 o'clock, quarter after 10, and it's pretty steamy out already. It's supposed to get up to 32 or something with a humidex today. So let's check the hive. Let's give the girls a little smoke just to calm them down. Hopefully the smoker doesn't run out this time. I got some extra fuel on the table in case it does, but we're going to hope not so much. Oh, lots on the top. Lots on the top. You can see on the inside as well, there's quite a number of bees just milling about. I don't see them building too much comb there, which is good. I think one of the times we checked before, they were actually building comb up there, and that was not desired, let's say. So you can see some of the bees up here have pollen on their legs, which is great. They're collecting, they're moving through the hive as they're supposed to do. But let's try to unstick the cap here. Make sure we can lift this off without any problem. Try not to squish any bees as we go. They really do a good job of sealing this up every time. Each time I've had to take this off, I've also had to do a fairly decent job of unsealing it. So hopefully we've done it there. And we can lift this up. You'll notice that there are bees even in between the queen excluder and the top cap. I think one just went a little bit through the glove there. Didn't sting me, but I felt something. And let's see how they're doing. Let's actually get the camera right in there so that you can see what I can see. So if you're looking down, and I apologize for the sun, not like I can control the sun, but you can see that there are bees in every cell here, every side of every frame. Wow, they really built that out fast, because it was only 2 weeks ago that I put this on. So I'm gonna put the camera back, try to uncap or take out some of those frames and see what they look like, how they're building them out. So I apologize if the camera got a little shaky there. Let's see what we can see in here. Got to unstick each end. Make sure that I can lift it off. While I'm doing that, you can get a look at the fabulous new bee jacket that I purchased. Took a little bit to get here. It had to be ordered from the shop I got it in Innisfil, I think. Can't remember. Anyway, the gentleman called me and said it was going to be 2 weeks late, and then it arrived a couple of days after that. So different scale of time, I guess, but whatever. So here's the first outside frame. If I can grab it. Lots of bees. And you can see that comb is being pulled out quite nicely there. I had a site, it's called Talking Bees, Talking to Your Bees, that I found. I think it's a guy in the UK, but he's got some great pictures of what healthy and unhealthy frames should look like. So I'm going to compare those pictures to what you see here on this first frame. And they are loving that. Next frame I'll take out, I'll take the camera off again so you can see right down into the other brood box that's down the bottom there. Hopefully I didn't squish any of you ladies too badly. Anyway, there seem to be tens of thousands of you in here, so not that I want any of you done, but given that there's tens of thousands of you, I knew I should have brought my other hive tool out. That's why you have two, right? Sometimes these things get rather sticky on the outside, and it's a little difficult to get the frames up such that you can get your fingers onto them, because they are pretty heavy. I mean, this is not a trivial weight here. So you can see there's a second frame on the top. They have massively built this out in the 2 weeks since I put this thing on. There's capped cells, there's uncapped cells, there's honey dripping into that. I don't know if this is cool or not, but I'm just going to lay this one down gently here for you guys so that I can get that camera quickly down into the hive so you can see what's going on just like I can. So you can see that's where I took the frame out, and I'm going to tip it down. You can see a little bit down into that first brood box we added originally, and you can see right there at the top there. Let me get the shadow there. There's the orange pollen that I was talking about. It's a dramatically different color than what we saw even 3 or 4 weeks ago. But it's looking pretty good. The hive is super full, so I think that's probably the reason, obviously in addition to the heat, for the bearding on the outside. The girl's resting on the outside and seeing what's going on. I'm just going to take the smoker. You can't see this because it's the frame that's laid down. And I'm going to smoke this one that's on the ground here. Here, let me just lift it up so that you guys can see as well. One-handed. Oh, that's pretty heavy. Come on, girls. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, sorry about that. So just going to smoke them a bit here to get them off so I can have a look at the comb. Lots of honey in there. And nicely capped. I remember Mark saying it should be a semicircle type shape because they'll build it like this. And you can see the bottom half is a little bit different than the top half in terms of how they're building and what type of cap they're putting on and what they're storing inside. But lots of honey in there. It's quite heavy. I mean, it's not super heavy, but it's heavier than I thought it would be. Let's just slide this back in here gently. The last one's going to be a bump. Out of the way, ladies. There we go. So nice looking comb in each of these frames so far. I mean, I think. Again, I have to go back to the oracle of Google and figure out if that's actually what it should look like. That's always my test at the end of every inspection, is to, make sure I'm looking at something that's healthy and not something that's unhealthy. So yeah, definitely next time I'm bringing that second hive tool, because then it will make this job a little bit easier. So here's the third frame. Oh, look at those. Again, it looks like brood at the top and food at the bottom. And you can see, let me get a close-up of this one. I hope it's in frame. I'll come around. You can see, maybe you can't, not when I jiggle the camera like that for sure. You can see in some of those the orange pollen that the bees are bringing back. Sorry about that, just getting the camera back on its stand. Okay, and some of those ones on the end there, you can see the orange pollen that they're bringing back. But from all the pictures I've looked at, you know, that looks like a healthy frame to me. So we'll just slide that back in there gently and let her down. So I kind of feel like I should inspect all of them just because it's a new brood box. Oh, this one's going to be easier to get out. Maybe I'm learning technique. Whoa, nice again. Again, same shape on both sides. It looks like lighter cap on top, and maybe that's brood, and darker on the bottom. And you can see it's filled with honey. So that's really fantastic, because there was some question as to whether we'd actually get honey this year. And given that in 2 weeks, the bees have filled up this second brood box, I think there's a good chance, I'll put the super on today, but based on what I see, I think there's a really good chance that we, and by consequence many of you, will get some honey this year. And by the looks of it, a non-trivial amount of honey, which is kind of cool, because that's really what you're doing this for. Well, actually you're doing it for the peace, tranquility, and new experience, all that stuff, but I mean, in the end it's honey, right? So there's the 5th frame, and again, same awesome shape. And I have to tell you, although this bee jacket looks like it freezes, it's pretty hot out here. I am sweating. Not something you probably needed to know, but there you go. So let's get the next, let's give these guys a smoke. They're starting to get a little ornery on me. Let's turn it around and give the front a smoke, get those bees away from my mask. Which is doing a great job, actually. I can see a ton of bees flying around my face here, but none are getting anywhere near close to bothering me. So let's get the 7th frame out. Not exactly light enough to lift by a finger. So again, same thing, right? 2 weeks. It took them 2 weeks. You saw me, or you can see me, go to YouTube, put that second brood box in. And that wasn't that long ago. So very well done, bees. Oh, a bunch of bees just dropped off there. You can hear them all buzz. So again, not capped yet. None of this stuff is capped, but they're definitely putting honey in those frames, which is great. All right, let's get the last one. Looks like I switched one here. We'll flick them off. Sorry. That's the luck of the draw. The last frame on the outside, and again, same pattern. They're not quite as full on brood on the top here. It's all honey, and they're working away. And there are a ton of bees in this super. So good that they're building it out and seem to be having a good time. So they're going to get pretty agitated because I just separated the queen excluder from the top cap because I need to put this on, and then I need to go get said super, and I'll show you the super before I put it on, because that's really the whole reason why we started doing this, is because of the technology in this super. So give me 2 seconds and I'll